This is a standard geometry question, not very difficult. You have a rhombus. Rhombus has an area of 96. And if 40 meters of fencing is needed to enclose the park, let side of park be A. So 40 meters becomes perimeter, that is 4A. So side becomes 10. And the area is half into product of diagonals. D1, D2 is 96. So D1, D2 becomes 192. Then what is the cost of laying electric wires along its two diagonals at the rate of 125 per meter? So I just need the length of the diagonals either separately or together, और उसको 125 से multiply करके आंसर करेंगे. So there's a property related to diagonals and side of rhombus, which is basically d1 square plus d2 square is equal to 4a square. A square की जगह 10 square डालेंगे. And what I'm going to do now is 10 square into 4 becomes 400. I'm going to add 2 d1 d2 on both sides, right? Otherwise, if you create a quadratic out of it, you will get into trouble. If you do hit and trial for d1 square plus d2 square is 400 and d1 d2 is 192, who knows how long it will take. Let me add 2 d1 d2 to both sides, that's 2 into 192. So LHS becomes d1 plus d2 whole square. RHS becomes 784, so d1 plus d2 becomes 28. Okay? Answer is 28 into 125. You get 3500 as your answer for the cost of fencing, and that's it. It's a fabulous modulus question, potentially lengthy, where you have a mod x as well as a mod y. And when you have mod x and mod y both, तो आपके 4 cases बन जाएंगे. पहला case both are positive. दूसरा second and third case where one is positive, the other is negative. Last case where both are negative. One of them has to work out because there has to be only one answer. X plus 2y निकालना है. Only one such case has to work out. So let's start with some case. मान लो x and y both are positive. First equation 3x के साथ plus 2 mod y becomes y plus y is equal to 7. This is the basic definition for modulus. And then second equation में mod x will become x. So x plus x 2x हो जाएगा plus 3y is equal to 1. And then you solve this equation. Subtract 3y cancel. 3x minus 2x is x. 7 minus 1 is 6. X is 6, x is positive. But when you put x is 6 back into one of the equations, मान लो second equation, you get y as minus 11 upon 3, and that is not working out. ठीक है, that is not working out. So we'll try the second case now. Let's hope second case works. The sooner it works, the sooner you can move on from this question. X is positive, y is negative. If this also does not work, then चलते जाओ. If x is positive, y is negative, तो 3x यहाँ पे mod y will become minus y, right? So minus 2y plus y is equal to 7, which becomes 3x minus y is equal to 7. And over here mod x will become x because x is already positive. Mod has nothing to do over here. 2x plus 3y, I'm sorry, that minus की जगह plus है, I'll just change it, is equal to 1. So now I'm just going to write 2x जो minus को plus करता हूँ मैं, y की जगह I'm going to put from here, what is y? 3x minus 7 is equal to 1. And now let's solve this. इसको correct कर देते हैं, minus की जगह plus आ गया इधर. Solve 9 plus 2 11x is equal to 21 plus 2 22. X is 2. Put it back. X is 2 डालो 4 minus 3, y is minus 1. And this is matching. X is positive, y is negative. So now we can find out x plus 2y. That's 2 minus 2. 0 is the right answer. Answer is A part for question number 13. And this was worth leaving for round 2. This is a standard percentages question. Definitely you should have done this in the exam. In a tournament, a team has played 40 matches so far and won 30% of them. So out of 40, 30% हो गया, 4, 8, 12, right? 10% is 4, 30% is 12. ये जीत गए, बाकी 28 हार गए. ठीक है. If they win 60% of the remaining matches, let me take remaining matches as 100y. 60% अगर जीत गए, then their overall win percentage will be 50% or half. They would have won half their matches. So let's make my equation. They have won 12 matches plus 60% of 100W, that's 60W, divided by total matches 40 abhi tak plus remaining 100Y matches, and now they have won half their matches is equal to half. Cross multiply 24 plus 120W, Y is equal to 40 plus 100Y. So you get 20y is equal to 16, multiply by 5 on both sides, 100y is equal to 80. 80 more matches have been played now. And then it says suppose they win 90% of the remaining matches, then total number of matches won कितना होगा. So अभी तक they have won 12 matches plus 90% of the remaining 80 matches, which is 72. 12 plus 72 becomes 84, and the answer is B part, and that's question number 14. Nice and moderate level question, and if not done appropriately it would have taken you time in the examination because इसमें comprehension भी involved है काफ़ी सारा. Shopkeeper bought a total of 64 shirts in two sizes, small and large. Price of small shirt, okay, small and large. So small shirts S, large shirts L, total is equal to 64. Price of small shirt was 50 less than large shirt. So if I take large shirt as P, small shirt becomes P minus 50. She paid a total of 5,000 for the large shirts. So large shirt ka price P, number of shirts L is equal to 5,000. 1800 for the small shirts. So P minus 50 into S is equal to 1800. Now you have three equations, three variables. Quadratic बन जाएगा, काफ़ी complex हो जाएगा, lengthy हो जाएगा. Price of a large shirt P and a small shirt together, P plus to P minus 50 is given in the options. 2P minus 50 is given. So we'll use the options. If I have 2P minus 50 over here, what would be the value of P according to the options? Let's look at D part. 200 plus 50 upon 2. 250 upon 2 is 125. 175 plus 50, 225 upon 2. Then 275 upon 2. Then 150 plus 50, 200 upon 2 is 100. The best looking value of P is 100. Option A. Let me start with P as 100. Then L क्या हो जाएगा? 5000 upon 100 is 50. And नीचे P minus 50 becomes 50. S आ जाएगा 36, 1800 upon 50. 36 plus 50 is not 64, so therefore option A is out. उसके बाद option D is a good looking option to 125. Let me try 125 here. आपका L आ जाएगा 40 and 125 minus 50. 75 here you get S as 24. 40 plus 24 is 64. Therefore the answer is D part for question number 15. Sequence and series question, which is generally seem to be a little lengthy and tricky. Round 2 में करना चाहिए. So यहाँ पे let us discuss. You are given a sequence of numbers such that the next term xn plus 1 is equal to xn the previous term plus n minus 1. ठीक है. For example, if I write x2 by putting n equal to 1, I get x1 plus 1 minus 1 0. x3 will be पिछला term x2 plus 2 minus 1 1. Do you see the pattern over here? 3 2 1. x4 हो जाएगा 4 3 2 x3 plus 2 and so on. x100 क्या होगा? It's going to be let's write x100 properly again. So x100 कैसे आएगा? It will be starting वाला x1 then plus 0 will give you x2. x2 में आ जाएगा फिर plus 1 then plus 2 then plus 3 then plus 4. We have to find out कहाँ तक add होगा. ठीक है. So what is the 99th term? x100 will be 100, 99, 98. 100 is equal to x99 plus 98. So we have to go plus 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 up till plus 98. समझ में आया क्या? Otherwise listen to it again. So x100 is equal to x1, which is minus 1, plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till 98. That is the sum of the first 98 natural numbers. Formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. 98 into 99 by 2. Use your calculator. You get 4850 as the answer. The answer is C part. Should have done this in round 2. It's a question on ratios and equations. Slightly big question. It also involves quadratic equations, so that makes it a moderate level question, but you would not know initially while solving that it contains quadratics. Tea shop offers teacups in 3 different sizes. Product of the prices of the 3 different sizes is 800. Prices of the smallest and medium size are 2:5. So let's take 2K and 5K. Largest size ले लेते हैं L. Product is 800. You get an 800 over here. From here you can get 10 gets cancelled. K square L is equal to 80. If the shop owner decides to increase the prices of the smallest and medium by 6 rupees, keeping largest unchanged, product changes to 3200. ये +6, 5k +6 into L is 3200. These two equations can now be solved to give me k. So I'm going to just replace them and divide them. Divide करने से क्या होगा, L will get cancelled and ये 800 से गया 4 times. Cross multiply. 4 to 5 is 40k square is equal to 2 into 5. ये we had k square L as 80. 25 10k square plus 42k plus 36 is equal to 0. 30k square ये आ गया, and from here remove 6. 5k square minus 7k minus 6 is equal to 0. Solve the quadratic, you will get k, sum is 7, product is minus 30, that is 10 and minus 3, and divide by 5 to get your root. Standard process for solving a quadratic equation. Negative value will not work, ये twice आ गया. When k you put as 2 here, 2 square 4, you get L as 80 upon 4, that is 20. Now we add the prices, 2k plus 5k plus L, 2 into 2 4 plus 5 into 2 10 plus L 20 gives you 34 as the right answer for question number 17, and this was slightly lengthy but okay. This was the toughest question of CAT 2021 slot 3 because it involved inequalities and modulus and quadratics and testing for integers. By far the toughest, and most of the people would have actually left this question. Thank God for that. We have seen a similar question before with modulus values and inequalities. What we'll do is that we will square all the three sides so that modulus now becomes redundant for us, and then we expand. 1 plus m square n square plus 2mn is less than m square plus n square plus 2mn, ठीक है, is less than 25. We'll focus on this first inequality over here. mn, 2mn will get cancelled. 1 minus n square minus m square, ये प्लस होना चाहिए, एंड में मैं प्लस डाल दूंगा यहाँ पे, प्लस m square n square is less than 0. And then over here 1 minus n square, and then when you take minus m square common, you will get 1 minus n square. So when you simplify this, you get 1 minus n square into 1 minus m square is less than 0. I need integral values now. If I try or start with m equal to 0, अगर मैंने यहाँ पे start किया with m equal to 0, then I get this bracket as 1 minus 0, that is 1. That means that over here 1 minus n square has to now be negative. ठीक है, 1 minus n square को negative होना पड़ेगा. If I put n as 0, तो 1 minus 0 is not negative, and 1 minus 1 is also not negative. So I start with 1 minus and then 2 square or plus minus 2 square. यहाँ पे I can put n की जगह 2 or minus 2 and I will get this term as negative. ठीक है. Alongside, I also need to check if this solution is satisfying the original inequality given in the question, which is mod m plus n less than 5. ठीक है, because इसको तो satisfy कर ही रहा है when m is 0. तो ये 1 plus 0 हो जाएगा, which will obviously be less than 5. So in this case, is mod m plus n less than 5? Let us check. आपका आ जाएगा m is 0, n आ जाएगा plus minus 2 का mod, plus minus 2 का mod is 2, which is less than 5, so it is satisfying. Similarly, I check the next solutions over here. After plus minus 2, plus minus 3 will also satisfy, plus minus 4 will also satisfy, but if I put plus minus 5 here, then 0 plus minus 5 will not be less than 5, so it will not satisfy. समझ में आ रहा है? Similarly, in the next scenario, if I put m equal to 1 over here, अगर यहाँ पे मैंने m equal to 1 रखा, 1 minus 1 will become 0, it will not work out. ठीक है. In the next case, what we will try is 0 plus minus 3, 0 plus minus 4 का modulus is less than 5. Let us put n equal to 0 now. So 1 minus 0 is positive. 1 into this bracket should now be negative. Positive into negative will now be less than 0. ठीक है. So therefore यहाँ पे same values आएंगी as the previous case, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, plus minus 4. I can do the verification over here in the brackets, plus minus 2 plus 0, plus minus 3 plus 0, plus minus 4 plus 0 with the modulus sign. All of these are less than 5. I wonder if you all are understanding so far. And of course original wala plus I will put in the end. These are 6 values, 6 solutions for m equal to 0. 6 solutions for n equal to 0. Therefore 6 plus 6, you get a total of 12 solutions for this question. और ये यहाँ पे plus था. And if I were trying for m as 0, m as plus minus 1, it's not satisfying. When I'm trying for m as plus minus 2, वो तो मैं ले ही चुका हूँ यहाँ पे. And plus minus 3, plus minus 4. Very, very challenging and tough question. And that was question number 18. This is a tough question. Geometry का question है, but it also involves inequalities actually. चुपके से. Cost of fencing is 200 feet rupees per feet one side, 100 per feet for the other sides. Area of rectangular plot is 60,000. Let length be L, breadth be B. L into B is 60,000. Now, एक side ले लो L, which is 200 rupees per side, 200 L, and apart from L, what is left? You have one more L and 2B left, right? L, B, B is left for the rectangle. Give 100 rupees each for L plus B plus B. This is the cost of fencing the whole thing, and this turns out to be 200 plus 100. That's 300 L plus 200 B, and you have to minimize this. Okay? There's a certain rule that is taught in AMGM, which says that if x power m y power n is constant, yani ki product is constant, and you can see here product of terms is constant, then a combination of sums, basically ax plus by का minimum value तब होता है when ax upon m is equal to by upon n, which is what I'm going to use over here. X and y are like L and B over here. The powers m and n are actually 1. ठीक है? So therefore ax यानी कि 300 L divided by 1, L का power is 1 is equal to 200 B divided by 1, B का power is 1, so 3L is equal to 2B. I'm going to put this into equation number 1 now. L को 3L upon 2 डाल देते हैं. Put 3L upon 2 equal to B over here, right? So L into 3L upon 2 is 60,000, 60, 20, 40,000 आ गया. L square is 40,000, L is 200. Put it back over here, L को 200 डालोगे तो आपको B मिल जाएगा as 300. Substitute the values and you'll get your answer. Over here L and B इधर डालो, आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. You will get 300 into the length 200 plus 200 into the length 300, which gives you rupees 120,000. C part is the right answer, and this was a very, very challenging question because आपको strike ही ना होता that something like this is to be done. That's what made this a little tough. Seemingly innocuous question, but इसमें indices भी है, inequalities भी है, sequence and series भी है. So yeah, it is a moderate level question. You have 10 to the power root 7, यानी कि to the power 1 by 7. Then it becomes whole square, so it becomes 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7 up till n by 7 add हो जाएगा. Right? Take 1 by 7 common. 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7 up till n by 7 is greater than 999. I'm going to write it as greater than or equal to 1000. I'll tell you why. ये 10 का पावर है and 999 के बगल में 10 का पावर है, which is 1000. That's why I'm writing it like that. Right? So that we'll just equate the powers now, and 1000 is basically 10 cube. Equate the powers, take 1 by 7 common. 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till n. उसका फॉर्मूला मुझे पता है. ठीक है? Greater than equal to 3. 1 by 7 n into n plus 1 by 2 should be greater than equal to 3. Let me take sample values for n. Why to solve this dirty quadratic and n equation? n को कुछ भी randomly start कर दो, 3 ले लो, right? So what do you get over here? 3 into 4, 12 divided by 7 into 14. 12 upon 14 is less than 1. ठीक है? Continue. 4 डालो, 4 into 5. 20 upon 14 is just more than 1. But वो more than 3 नहीं है. 5 डालो, 5 into 6, 30 upon 14. Right? यहाँ पे 5 डालो इनको. 5 into 6, 30 upon 14 is 2 point something. But I need 3 and above. So 6 डालो. 6 into 7 is 42. 6 into 7 is 42 divided by 14, which is 3. So now you have your greater than or equal to 3 value. The answer is 6. N ka value as an answer is 6. This is a lovely and tough question. I remember this very well because I was not able to do it in the exam. and it's from SICI. Bank A offers 6% per annum compounded half yearly. So the concept of half yearly 6% becomes, it's like saying 3% successively, right? When you do half yearly and quarterly, etc., 6% half yearly is like saying 3% successively. Okay, so 3 successively will become 3 plus 3 square upon 100, that becomes 6.09%. And you need to compile the information now. There's a lot of comprehension involved. You have banks ABC. Bank A is therefore offering 6.09% at compound interest per annum. Okay. Then you have compound interest पे है bank B and bank C. Bank B and C, as is written over here, they offer simple interest. ठीक है, simple interest हो गया, but the interest of C is twice of B. So if I take B as R%, C becomes 2R%. ठीक है. Then let us proceed. Raju invests a certain amount, let's say P, in bank B for a certain period. P in bank B for a certain period, let's say time T. Rupa invests 10,000 in bank C for twice the period. 10,000 twice the period हो गया 2T. Now we solve. ठीक है, ये सब all this takes time to understand and review in an exam. Interest accrued to Raju is equal to interest that would accrue, लिखते हैं अभी, ये राजू हो गया, ये रूपा हो गया. ठीक है. Had he invested the same amount in bank A for 1 year? So let us write down. Raju का interest from bank B is principal, rate is R%, time is T, ये upon 100 आ गया, is equal to the interest had he invested in bank A for 1 year. Bank A में 10,000 same principal P, rate 6.09% for a time of 1 year. P gets cancelled, you get RT is equal to 6.09. Interest accrued to Rupa would be, so Rupa का आएगा आपका 10,000 rupees accrued to Rupa, 10,000 rupees simple interest पे है, rate 2R%, time 2T. Zeros get cancelled. 100 into 4, 400 RT आ जाएगा. RT is 6.09. That's 400 into 6.09. That's 2436 rupees, and that is answer option number A. Very tough, compounded, half yearly, lot of data, comprehension, solving. This was something worth leaving. Yeah. There's a mix of composite functions and quadratic equations. You are given f of x and g of x. मिनिमम निकालना है f of g of x minus 3x का. So f of x का जो argument x है उसमें आप g of x रख दीजिए, right? Instead of x, put x plus 3 in the f of x function. So you get x plus 3 whole square minus 7 into x plus 3. Expand करिए. And then you have your minus 3x, of course, from here. Expand, you get your quadratic. And further simplify it. X square minus 10 plus x minus 4x, and then 9 minus 21 is minus 12. This is a quadratic. It will have a minimum value at x equal to minus b by 2a, something we are already aware of. For this quadratic, it becomes minus of minus 4 upon 2, which is 2. ये यहाँ पे 2 हो गया, and just put this 2 for x and get your answer. You are done. So 2 square minus 4 into 2 minus 12 is minus 16. D part is your answer, and that is question number 22. Let us come to the analysis and cutoff discussion for CAT 2021, slot number 3. Once again, we have found the paper to be very heavy on arithmetic. Out of 22 questions, half the questions are from arithmetic. Then you have quite a lot of algebra, and then 3 questions of geometry, but again, as per my calculations, nothing from numbers. But what I observed for this particular paper was that isolated topics पे question नहीं आ रहा था. The questions were a mixture of topics, like geometry mixed with quadratics, like inequalities mixed with quadratics, right? So arithmetic and algebra का mixture पे questions आ रहे थे, and that made the paper a little tough. So much so that to score a 95 percentile. 95 percentile will mean that you are scoring more than 95% of the crowd. आपको 22 में से सिर्फ अराउंड 7-8 क्वेश्चंस करेक्ट करने थे. 8 3s are 24 marks. Only 8 questions correct, right? So of course if you were the topper, that was around 14 correct questions, 42 marks. 12 3s are 36. 12 correct pe you have your 99 percentile, and then 10 correct pe you have your 98 percentile. 8 correct pe 95 percentile, and just if you are a very average sort of student, or you had just a very very bad day, 6 question correct karne pe you would get your 85 percentile. What we want to see now is that in this particular paper, which were the questions that were like really doable and easy. And of course for those of you who had a good preparation, तो आप लोग तो उससे ज़्यादा questions किए ही होंगे. So question number 1 was, I would say, a very normal kind of question, बहुत ही basic, allegations लगता हुआ. So this should have been doable, but a little lengthy because of the calculation. 2 was very very easy. 3 was a little tough because of the second statement. Amal completes exactly 3 rounds more than Meera, so that made it difficult for the exam. PNC is always a little tricky. This was one of the easy geometry questions. काफ़ी आसान था. Just add up all the angles, you'll get your answer. Logs का ये आसान question है, but the thing is that in itself log is something that is new for students, and वो उनको हमेशा से मुश्किल लगता है. उसके properties they study for the first time and they don't really remember. Otherwise ये question बहुत मुश्किल नहीं है, so I'll just put it in the medium category. Maxima minima तो थोड़ा सा high end ही रहेगा. This was moderate level में जाएगा. This kind of question has been seen many times before, just normal fixed and variable costs, but they changed it a little bit by talking about profit per border, so that made it a little tricky. Again time and work का question काफ़ी आसान था, very much doable, and then things started becoming a little difficult. यहाँ पे percentages का काफ़ी बड़ा question आ गया, so the comprehension would have been an issue. You see exam में क्या होता है, वो the clouds of doubt do not let you think clearly. timer का issue रहता है. यहाँ पे उन्होंने geometry के अंदर quadratics डाल दिया, so that made it difficult. 12th, again either you would have created some sort of quadratic, but otherwise I would say that this would have been manageable. They mixed algebra with geometry. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा 2d1 d2 ऐड करने का अगर स्ट्राइक हो जाता, सो सिंस स्ट्राइकिंग का इशू था, आई वुड से दैट ओके दिस वाज अ मीडियम लेवल क्वेश्चन. मॉड्यूलस वाज टफ. दिस वाज अ डूएबल अरिथमेटिक क्वेश्चन. उसके बाद यहाँ पे दे मिक्स्ड अप अरिथमेटिक विद quadratics. If you did not use the options तो आप फंस जाते, एंड यूजिंग द ऑप्शंस आई डोंट नो स्ट्राइक होता कि नहीं, इसलिए इसको मीडियम में डालेंगे. यहाँ पे तो कई लोगों का सिली मिस्टेक या एरर हुआ होगा in terms of your calculations, so this was medium. Again over here they have mixed up ratios with quadratics, slightly lengthy होता हुआ. तो ये बहुत easy category में तो नहीं जाएगा. This was the toughest question of the set. My goodness, what a question. Hats off to the person who made this question, and also pranam to this question. Please stay away from this question. 19th, again you have geometry के साथ inequalities mix कर दिया. See, I told you, right, they're mixing up topics. This was a doable question because of basic exponents. Another tough SICI long question, comprehension calculations, and a basic functions questions. तो ये वाला आसान था. If we put all of these together, तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा आसान questions थे. 1 to 5, 9, 14, 20, 22. 1, 2, 5, 9, 14, 20, and 22. If you reach till question 22, 3, 5, 7, these are a total of 7 questions. There were 7 very easy questions, provided you had the foresight to be able to spot them. एंड देन उसके अलावा यू हैड लॉट्स ऑफ मीडियम लेवल क्वेश्चंस. सो इसीलिए ये वाला पेपर जो है आई वुड से थोड़ा सा टफ था, लिटिल बिट ऑन द हाई एंड. सो ओवरऑल पेपर हैवी ऑन अरिथमेटिक. सडनली टॉपिक्स का मिक्सिंग हो रहा है एंड द लेवल ऑफ क्वांट्स इज increasing in CAT. And that's all for today. So I will see you next time in another discussion. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.